Happy August, y'all. We made it. SummerSlam is over. Now all eyes are on Bash at Berlin in 3 weeks. Everything is lined up. Now the question is, who is going to have momentum heading into Germany? Before we do that, we have to dive in first to the recap of SummerSlam. Hello again, everyone. Erik Dunn here. Welcome to Falls Count Anywhere. We're on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Hope y'all having a great start to August. I'm officially 25. Had a good weekend to celebrate it. But SummerSlam did not disappoint. And granted, this is probably one of the very first times I've gotten almost every prediction I had wrong. And that was a suckbagger. Just gonna be honest with you. It sucks. I wish there was a lot more that I got right, but on the same token, I can understand why Triple H went in the direction that he did. So we're gonna recap Raw as well on top of that too, with some of the key points I took away from this past Monday night, and then preview what could be expected for Friday night SmackDown as well. Because there's only one thing that I think really just matters for SmackDown, and we'll save that towards the end for you. So with that being said, this broadcast of Falls Count Anywhere is the exclusive property of Erik Dunn Productions, and where we go for the proper use of our audience on Rhode Island Broadcasting and the use of this broadcast in the accounts of pictures, descriptions, reviews, and the redistributions with the express written consent of Erik Dunn and where we go is not prohibited and is given the express consent to be shared and is greatly appreciated. So let's dive right into this. SummerSlam from Cleveland Browns Stadium on Saturday night that was live on Peacock. What an event it was, and it did not disappoint. It truly did not disappoint. There was nothing I saw that could disappoint it, man. It was a phenomenal show. It was an amazing event. And the recap of this is we're going to go in order here. So the first one, Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I said this either one of two ways. Either Rhea was going to take it back or Liv was going to retain while Dawn was inadvertently helping Rhea. Well, turns out I was wrong about both. Liv retained, but Dom remained his dirty self and turned on Rhea. So he's now aligned with Liv as the power couple in the Judgment Day. So got to keep that in mind as well, because Liv has Dirty Dom right by those brass balls of his, and it's going to get even more interesting now, seeing what could happen with Judgment Day in this situation here. So that was what's going on there with that one. I lost that one. And then next one, I lost this one too. Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn, the rematch for the Intercontinental title. Braun Breaker got the victory, and he is now the new Intercontinental champion. Um, I kind of had a hunch on this a little bit that maybe in this rematch, Braun could get the upper hand in it. I really thought that Sami was going to retain. I mean, he put up a hell of a fight, but it was just two spears that was just too devastating for him to kick out of, and Brock got the win. But something I noticed from that event that was cool, the Steiner brothers were both there to support Braun. And I thought that was a really cool sign of family and passing the torch down to somebody that really deserved to be champion. So definitely something to be happy about from that sense. Um, so that was that match. This one I got right. It was actually one of only two that I got right, sadly, but at least it was the two in my eyes that I was happy to have gotten right, but I wish there was more. But LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the United States title. LA Knight did it. He is the new United States champion. It's about freaking time that LA Knight has won a title in WWE. Don't know what that's going to mean for Paul, but quite frankly, I don't give a damn. He can go off to wherever he wants to go. I don't care. LA Knight finally has his belt. He has the opportunity, and we're going to see what he does on SmackDown Friday regarding who his first defense will be. But it was great to him to finally get that title. This one was a squash in a way to me. Nia Jax is now the new WWE Women's Champion. She's dethroned Bayley thanks to the help of Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffany Stratton. Now, I did pick Bayley to win this one, but I really didn't think that the numbers was going to be stacked up against Nia. Unfortunately, that was just the way it goes. Now we get to probably what was the most entertaining one of the night. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as special guest referee. Unfortunately, I got this one wrong as well. So if you're looking to add up all of that right now, so far, that makes me 1 for 5 here. No, sorry. That makes me 1 for 4. So as of right now, I'm 1 and 4 through 5 right now. So Punk, I really thought was going to have a chance to win this thing. Problem is, did any of you ever get the vibe? It was kind of like SummerSlam 1997. You know, Bret the Hitman Hart, the Phenom and Deadman The Undertaker with HBK Shawn Michaels as special guest referee. This was a common situation. The ref didn't like the combatants, and the combatants didn't like the special guest referee. Rollins doesn't like Punk or McIntyre, and Punk and McIntyre don't like Rollins either, so it's basically like vice versa. Punk had to go to sleep on Rollins in GTS and got his bracelet back just enough for Drew to be distracted enough with Rollins to get a low blow in and then a Claymore to take the bracelet back. I'm going to tell you right now, I think we're going to get another match out of this. I'm not too sure on it. There's nothing confirmed on it, but I'm hoping that we're going to get another fight out of this. So, with that being said, now we move on to the last two. I'm now 1 and 6. Gunter is the new world heavyweight champion, all thanks to Finn Balor screwing Damian Priest out of retaining it. He hit the Southern Heaven Choke Slam, but it unfortunately pulled him out of the rope, and Finn Balor has now taken official control over of the Judgment Day with turning his back on Priest. Now, I'm going to get into Gunter when we recap Raw in just a couple minutes here, but the biggest thing with Gunter is I think a lot of people believe that he was ready, that he was well deserving of it. I can't say that it's entirely inaccurate, but I don't know. I thought Priest was going to hold on to it for a while longer. Guess not. Um, and now we get to the main event, and this one I'm thankful I actually got right. So I went 2 and 5, but the second one was the most vital one I had to hit. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes versus the Cosmic Cosplay Tribal Chief Solo Sikoa for the undisputed WWE Championship in a Bloodlines rules match. This was the second Bloodline rules match Cody faced this year, and Cody's won them both. But this time, he actually had help unexpectedly with the return of the original and real tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And it looks to me like he has a new theme. Or they're doing a remix of his Head of the Table theme with an orchestra. Because that's what it sounded like to me. And the most stunning thing about that match was that Cody hit a crossroads while staring down Roman. And he pinned Solo while staring at Roman. Just wondering if he was going to come in and screw him. I really didn't think that Roman was going to do that because think about it. If he's returning as a face, then why would you screw over a face? That doesn't make any sense. If there was a roof on that stadium, it would have been blown off. That pop for Roman was insanity. and everyone wanted him to knock off Solo. I'm one of them. I really was hoping Roman won. In this case, he did, and it was awesome that he did. Um, which now sets the stage for this. And I'm gonna go over this now because SmackDown is this Friday night. Roman Reigns is going to return. The question is he going to kick off SmackDown on Friday, or is he going to finish it? I have no idea, but you expect him to probably start it. But it's awesome. Roman Reigns is coming back, and this time he's coming back in full force, and I am so stoked to see Roman Reigns back in WWE again where he belongs, and it is just a delight to see it. Personally, I'm stoked, man. Like I am beyond excited for him. What I will say to you, however, is this: uh, hopefully, it will produce results, and hopefully, it will produce some good things there. Um, However, before I go any further, I just want to make sure I say this that when we are live Wednesdays at 5, we're available on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, as well as Amazon, Google, Spotify, Red Circle, TuneIn, and Podbean Podcasts. Join us on Patreon if you want to help support the channel, support this company, support this show. Buy me a coffee at RI Broadcasting is also another way you can support us. Please follow us on Facebook and our YouTube channels to get all the information you need. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but if you want to be a sponsor for this show or for any other show or for RIB in general, the ad will be read right to over here. And not only will people see it, but it'll be heard on Spotify, Amazon Red Circle, and many more. So for those that want more information on how to get the word out there of your business and advertise, send an email to Rodrigo at ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com. That's all one word, ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com. Ron will set you up, give you all the information you need, and he'll send you on your way with everything that you will have. Um, and so, also with that done and out of the way, I also want to take a chance to say this because I got through the brunt of it right now. Um, Next Wednesday will not feature False Count anywhere because next week I'm actually going to be on vacation and I will be unfortunately tied up during the evening slot for next week. And I'm sure Ron's pretty happy about that too because it gives him a day off because I know how hard the man's been working. You know, Ron hasn't taken a day off in like the last 4 years or something like that, and I want to just tell you right now that Ron is definitely a hard worker behind the scenes. You know, most people don't really see how hard it is to keep Rhode Island Broadcasting up and running every single day, but Ron does it, and he's proud to do it. And granted, at times it kills him, but it's a passion. And I mean, like, what else can I say? The man's got passion, and I admire and I respect that. So for next week's broadcast, you will not be seeing me on the 14th. The next time you will hear me and see me, it will be on the 21st. And by then, I'll have more information regarding Bash at Berlin. I'll have more information regarding that because that is about 3 weeks away. Um, what I also can tell you, however, that there is one match from that is confirmed regarding that, and that is Gunter's first world title defense has been confirmed. The 14-time world champion, Apex Predator, Viper, and most known as the Legend Killer, Randy Orton, is going to be Gunter's first challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship at Bash in Berlin. That match has been confirmed. It is going to happen. I will have more information on that when I talk to you guys again in 2 weeks. The main takeaways I'm going to give you from the Raw results from this past Monday night. Um, is that from Raw this past Monday night, Punk tried to get after Drew, and Rollins intervened. Rollins tried to fight Punk, and Drew interrupted that as well. Randy shocked everybody because normally he's on SmackDown, but he came over to Raw to challenge Gunther. So definitely interesting on how Adam Pearce arranged that. Um, Damian was all hot. I didn't blame him. Priest won Balor. Balor was a coward. put a stare between his legs, and hit behind the Judgment Day. Should have seen that coming anyway. Um, no word on Jey Uso, no word on Sami Zayn right now. Um, but I will tell you, with all of that being said, though, that Rhea also went after Liv. Um, that was the main thing I noticed from Raw Monday night, just some of the fallout from it. But I will tell you, however, that regarding WWE, the second half of the year is going to be awesome because if you guys listen to the post press conference after SummerSlam concluded, Triple H mentioned regarding John Cena's retirement tour in 25 what's actually going to happen. So for those that are thinking, or should I say, for those that were assuming that Cena was going to be done at WrestleMania in Vegas, is actually completely wrong. Because according to CCO Triple H himself, John Cena is going to be wrestling for the entire year of 2025. And once we hit New Year's Day 2026, John Cena is officially retired as an in-ring competitor in WWE. So that chapter of his career will be officially written and finished. However, him saying that it will be his last Royal Rumble, last Elimination Chamber, and last WrestleMania is confirmed as well. But what is also confirmed is that WrestleMania will not be the last match of his career. He is wrestling for the entire 2025 calendar year. And that to me sounds like it's going to be an amazing ride. My only thing with it is that according to Triple H, when he was talking about this, Cena's gonna try to make his own schedule or coordinate with Triple H to figure that out. How ironic is it that the man that thought that he wouldn't do anything in this business, he was nothing, turned out to be arguably one of the most polarizing and electrifying icons in the history of this business. So to see Cena and the game working together behind the scenes is actually going to be a really cool sign. Stephanie McMahon was also there, present at SummerSlam. Triple H told the media that she does not have a role with the company yet, still, but the door is open for her to return. Uh, and then, I mean, that was the big thing too, is that for Triple H, he's hitting on all cylinders, guys. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. This guy is hitting on everything, and he knows what he's doing right now. Like, everything is lined up perfectly. And speaking of premium live events, I also want to bring this up to you as well as part of my news. Excuse me. Survivor Series is going to be in Vancouver. Survivor Series War Games on November 30th is coming to the Rogers Arena in Vancouver. And listen to this. The announcement came on the heels of a record-breaking Money in the Bank that was held in July in Toronto, and it became the highest-grossing WWE arena event in Canada in the company's history. So, so make a note of that. Survivor Series is going to be in Vancouver, but however, we also know this: SmackDown is going to be moved to USA. Raw is going to be moved over to Netflix, but NXT is now going to be on CW. As back in November, it was announced that CW signed a 5-year agreement to put NXT on local television for the first time in its 13-year history. NXT will air 52 live weekly events throughout the entire season. Launched by Chief Content Officer Paul Trevec, NXT has aired since 2012 and features the brightest young talents in sports entertainment. Nearly 90% of the participants in last year's WrestleMania were developed under the NXT banner. Led by Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels, NXT is popular with younger audiences because year to date, NXT's average viewership is up by 20% among adults 18 to 49. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Charlotte Flair have all come up through NXT. NXT joins a growing roster of live sports on the CW network, including ACC football and basketball games, Pac-12 football, and LIV golf. The CW is also home to the Emmy Award-winning weekly studio series Inside the NFL and the NASCAR Xfinity Series beginning this fall. The network will soon offer more than 500 hours of sports programming year round. So, how about that for an update, guys? How cool is that? So, SmackDown may be going to USA, but NXT is coming to local television again. Granted, it's going to be interesting seeing how it goes on Netflix regarding Raw, but I mean, Raw's going to be uncensored anyway, so they're not going to be able, they won't have to hold back anything, which is great. Um, but Raw was definitely good. But folks, I am so looking forward to SmackDown. I cannot wait for SmackDown. It is going to be an amazing SmackDown on Friday night, especially with Roman in the building again. My only concern with it is that they have got to deliver on Roman. They've got to knock this out of the park. I think that they will, but it's going to be up to them. I'm excited, and we'll see where that goes. But, folks, with that being said, I just want to let you know that next week, as you know, next week I am not going to be on air. I'm going to have a week off. So the following week on the 21st, I will see you guys then with the Raw and SmackDown results from the previous week, and I'll kind of tie them all up together for you. We'll try to combine them so I can bring you up to speed. Fashion Berlin. If there's anything else on that card by then, I'll give you some more information there. But yeah, it's going to be a good month for WWE for what I can see. Um, but I will also tell you too, there is some rumors going around regarding Bad Blood in October, regarding what the main event could be. They're actually saying it could be Punk and McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell. If that's going to be the main event, that'll be a great main event. Because I mean, Bad Blood. I mean, like, what else do you need regarding how to make that all connected dots somehow? But I will say that for WWE, they did good on SummerSlam. Granted, I only got 2 out of 5. I only got 2 out of 7 matches right, but I mean, you know what, though, at this point, if they want something different, then they're going to want something different. But I will also tell you as well, Triple H is also, according to his press conference, is considering doing the let it ride out mentality, where Gunter's reign might be a lot longer than we think. Who knows? But guys, I'll bring that to you then, and I'll have a lot more for you then. So until the 21st, this is Erik Dunn saying so long, and thank you from my home in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. It's been a presentation of Falls Count Anywhere here on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Guys, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for being fans of the show. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more. Thank you so much for watching and for listening.